Alright, so I wasn't going to do this outside, but, it'll be winter before you know it, I won't be able to do something outside. So I said, fuck it, I'll come outside. And I'm tapping into this again. And I wasn't even going to talk about this particular comment or quote, if you will. This is 182. Not sure if you can see that because of the lighting and everything. But this is often that which strikes us as the defeat of hope is actually fulfillment. And I'm kind of perverting it here with how I'm going to use it with the fulfillment thing. It got me thinking of my little funk with podcasting, or pod fading, if you will, and how maybe with the Cantina Cast, and I guess I said as much when I was on here, is that I've been there, done that, I've done everything, I fulfilled everything, and there was no need to go forward anymore. This could be my problem, but I've said I've gotten better, and I feel a little more refreshed and everything. But as far as Star Wars and podcasting with the Cantina Cast, I still don't have that desire really to jump in and do anything with Star Wars. Podcasting, yes, I'm feeling the need to kind of do that. And I'm going to jump in to do 3 quarters to play this week to talk about the NBA Jam cabinet from Arcade 1-Up. But even that's limited. I still need to refresh and recharge. But the fulfillment thing that's what it is with me, really, more than anything else. I don't think it's so much as pod fading or not being interested in podcasting. I am still, and I'll say this, I'm more fulfilled in the Cantina Cast and where it is and where it's going with Albert and Jonesy, and the success of the show is continuing. And I don't need to be involved other than seeing Albert and Jonesy succeed, enjoy, and experience all these things that I once did. That's kind of left for me for fulfillment with the Cantina Cast. And the other people that I've helped along the way in the Star Wars community with their podcasts, I want to see them succeed and do well. That's kind of my joy with that. As far as Star Wars goes, I mean, I'm still going to do the Mando Mondays, where I discuss each chapter, each episode, each week on The Mandalorian. But that's about it. And even that's limited, I think. Like, this could be the last season I even do that. We'll see. Thank you, plane, for driving by, or flying by, driving by, like planes drive. Well, technically when they're on the ground. But as far as podcasting goes, I still got a lot of goals to kind of get to, right? With the network, establishing that, getting the business end of that figured out. That's high on my list, I think, in my little sabbatical here. And recruiting more podcasts and stuff like those are goals left undone. So, and I'm starting to get that feeling of doing that again. Like I said, when I talked to my buddy here the other night, that helped out. Doing these videos helps, kind of like my therapy or sounding board, whatever you want to call it. So I'm feeling better in that regard. So it's just interesting that, like, you can get to a point where the fulfillment gives you that, because I did kind of feel hopeless with the Cantina Cast after I filled in for Jonesy there for those couple of months, and it was like I've been here, done that, and I have no desire to do it, and it's like there was no hope for me, which is ironic because Luke's the new hope, right? So I was the last hope, I guess, or no hope. But now I don't think it's the lack of hope, it's just the fulfillment part. And I didn't recognize that. I think that's interesting. So that's where I am at with that. It's just, and I didn't think I was going to, it's funny because I don't even have this one marked on my things to talk about. And it just happened to, as I was looking through, I'm like, oh, that kind of fits in for podcasting. I should talk about that. I got a whole bunch of things to talk about, and I want to go through on this book, but that one just kind of popped out, and I wasn't even going to do a video because I was like, well, I don't have much to say, but that kind of struck me as I said, well, let me look and see if I can find something. And then that stuck out, which didn't stick out before. Kind of strange how that happens. Man, is it hot. It's breezy, though, which isn't a bad thing. You can tell we're getting that tropical storm because probably should close this umbrella. It's probably going to go flying. So if you're podcasting and you come to the point where you're like I was, maybe you fulfilled your journey. Maybe your journey with that is done and you need to go somewhere else. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a good thing. I think it's a healthy thing, to be honest. And it's cool that you were able to fulfill something, because sometimes podcasters don't get to do that. You create something, you do several episodes, you're spinning your wheels, and then you just kind of give up. So I'm very fortunate to be in the position where I fulfilled everything that I wanted to do, and then some. Like, I gotta be honest, I didn't think the Cantina Cast would do half, or even a small amount of what it's done over the 9 years that it's been in existence. It's amazing. So I'm very fortunate. Some podcasters don't even get that. They just kind of say F it and move on. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, you shouldn't waste your time on something that's not going anywhere. Don't waste your energy. Go focus on something else that you want to do, and maybe that's where you need to be. So I guess that's all I have today for this one. But yeah. But it is, I guess the fulfillment it's a good thing, because now that's done and I can focus on the network side of things and other projects too. Like with this channel, I have a lot of goals for this channel now. I mean, it's not really successful at the moment, but I guess I'm in that same mode as the podcasters who spin their wheels and don't know where they're going. Type of thing. So with this channel, but I have confidence that this channel will grow a little bit, and I know I'm not for everybody, but I'm not going to give up. I kind of enjoy, like, just really for me, just to talk to the video camera. But anyway, I'm rambling here. I should probably just shut this thing down, but I highly recommend this book. It's worth checking out. Some of it I disagree. There's a few things I disagree with in this book, which I wouldn't have disagreed back in the time when this was written. I probably would have agreed with it. But now, looking at things in the 21st century, I don't know if a few of those things line up. Of course, I got to hunt them down and remember what they were, but it was near the end of the book. I know that. So yeah, definitely check that book out. It's an interesting, easy read, as you can see. It's not too big, but look for more little things like this. I might apply it for, like, this one was for came out of podcasting. Like, it made me think of podcasting, which I didn't think. I mean, it applies to other things, obviously. That's kind of what he was getting at, not podcasting. I just kind of perverted it and made it my own thing here. But it is relevant. So, and even those that are struggling with podcasting, like where I was several times in my career, spinning the wheels, don't give up right away. I would suggest taking a break, contemplating, and figuring out where you want to go before just saying, all right, F it. You know, because you want to get to that point where you fulfilled all your goals and your hopes and everything. And to be honest, what he's saying here is you get this, like, an indifferent, well, at least I did. I got a very indifferent feeling with the Cantina Cast. Like, yep, okay, done, I can move on type of thing. And it was, I wouldn't call it hopelessness, but it was very, you'd think it would have been more satisfying. Like, it would have been more like you're crossing the finish line and you're cheering and everything. But it was, no, it felt more like a pain in the ass. And you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. But you should take that step back. Like, now I can take that step back and be more, I mean, I always was, but now that I'm distancing myself, it's more of astonishing to me of the goals that I've accomplished with the Cantina Cast. And now Albert and Jonesy are taking it and doing their goals and their thing. I'm just here to basically just pay for the hosting fee. That's about it. It's their show, and I'm happy for them. But anyway, that's all I got for this little video here. Thank you for tuning in. Again, check this book out. Stick to it for podcasting. Get to the point where I was, where you fulfilled something and you can walk away with your head held high, and that's about it. So that's the podcasting advice for today, and philosophy for today, I guess, if you will. I'm going to go pick up my daughter, and I think we're going to go for a swim because it's bloody hot. So take care, everybody.